Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my NBA 2K25 MyGM series here with the Los Angeles Lakers. I hope you're doing very well today. If you've seen the title of the video, we're going to be doing some trades. I'm looking forward to getting into it. We've got a game against Miami, which we will get to, but there's a few things I want to do with our roster. We've got, actually that's not the screen I want to go to. We want to go to this screen. We've got a lot of contracts here, sort of in the $15 to $10 million range. So Brown, Gafford, not Jovic, Okoro, and Wiggins. I'm going to be looking to move on for a big contract for a really good player. Not someone who's like ridiculously overpaid, but someone who is either like an upcoming free agent that we can re-sign for less money in the future. Probably a bit of a veteran, because I've not been that impressed with Okongwu this season. Like, he's doing quite well defensively, 10.5 rebounds, 3.3 blocks, but he's under 50% from the field. Basically 1 in every 3 3-pointers he's hitting, and he's under 80% from the foul line, which he was up around 86% last year. So he might be looking to move on from him. Gafford as well. We signed him as sort of a stopgap backup center last year because in free agency, I didn't like any other options that we had. So we signed him up looking to trade him sort of this season. And there is an upcoming free agent. He's technically not a center anymore. He did get traded recently in real life. It's Karl Anthony Towns. He's having a very good year. He's not a massive rebounder, but if we can start him at center and, he can just be sort of just a big body around the rim. I don't expect him to get 4 blocks a game, but if he can just stretch the floor, with him and Jovic, I think that is going to be a lot of fun. Because back when he was younger and sort of coming into the draft, he was predicted to be a really good defensive player. And then as sort of further he got into his career, that sort of faded away and sort of he's become sort of just a catch and shoot guy. But if we can get Karl Anthony Towns, we would need to trade a lot of players to make this work. So I'm thinking I don't really want to trade Okongwu unless I have to. But if we can go Brown, I think we include Gafford in this deal, probably Okoro, and, well, we might have to do Okongwu to make the money work. We'll do Okongwu as well. And then they've got 2 players too many, so we'll just take 2 random dudes, Knox and Terry at the bottom there. And I know that they have our pick in the 2029 draft. We don't necessarily need to trade for it. If we could get it back, that would be nice. I'm happy to throw in a couple of seconds. I don't want to throw in any stuff for this year, but if we maybe do the Grizzlies second in 2030 and a Magic second in 2029, would you do this deal, Minnesota? They're not going to do the deal. What if we take out the Lakers pick and we throw in the Thunder top 10 protected pick? Would they do that? They're not interested. So they're more interested in trading that pick rather than our pick, which is interesting. So what if we take out the seconds and throw in maybe a different second? Maybe a swap best with the Pelicans and a swap best with us and the Wizards. I know I said I wasn't going to do any picks for this year, but if we can get a first rounder for the Thunder in 2029, the reason I'm trading for a first rounder, because not to make it more even, but I think realistically we're giving up 4 really good players, all on long contracts, apart from Okongwu, who's on a 2-year deal. For Karl Anthony Towns, who does have a player option for next year, but he's 31 years old and is on a large salary and could possibly be a free agent next year. What if we ask for a second in return? Would they do this? Don't throw in any of our seconds. We'll take a second from them. They say no. What if we swap seconds? We'll give you our 2031 second. You give us a 2030 second. They say no. What if we'll just give them 2 seconds. I think that's the easiest way to do it. We'll give you a 28 second from the Magic, and we'll give you a 29 second from the Magic. That should be done. Minnesota, do the deal. We did promise LaMelo that we wouldn't trade anybody, but he's only on 75 morale, so that's not too bad. But we have a new starting center. He is listed at power forward, but we are going to start him at center. Ideally, I would like to trade for another sort of forward. That would be nice. I do have another name in mind. I got my words mixed up. I'm going to play around with the trade to see if I can make it happen. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but we'll have a look. The forward that I wanted to throw in, and I've had my eye on for a little while, was Brandon Miller. He's actually having a very good season. He's averaging 26, almost 27 points a game. Excellent shooting splits. 1.4 blocks per game. Very good for a forward. He's still on his rookie contract. He is a restricted free agent, but I basically view this as sort of the same kind of deal that we did with Benedict Mathurin last season. But we're going to throw in Wiggins, and Georges Niang is just there to make the money work. And I think 4 first-round picks is fair value for Benedict Mathurin, considering he is a restricted free agent. I think if we throw in a Nuggets pick, and we throw in our first in 2031 as well. So we're trading away one of the Atlanta picks, which we got in that would have been the Anthony Davis trade. It also could have been the Onyeka Okongwu trade. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been. It would have been the Anthony Davis trade. We get a Memphis first, which I believe we got that in season 1. A Denver pick, I don't remember where we got that from, and obviously our own first round pick in 2031. Hopefully they accept this. They say no. What if we take out Georges Niang and Wiggins? I like everything to be in order. I don't have OCD, but I'm a little OCD like that. What if we throw in Campaign? Actually, we'll throw in Jordan Clarkson. We'll try that. He's on a 2-year deal, so you at least get to keep him at the end of the year. They also say no to that. We'll try Campaign. He's a little bit better, bit more star value. They say no to that as well. Is it the picks that's the issue? We'll take out Payne. We'll throw Niang back in. I don't want to give up this 27 first because I want to stay in this year's draft without having to trade for a pick. What if we go 29 Hawks pick, 29 Nets pick? That was also from the Anthony Davis trade. I want to keep a 28 pick because I at least want a first round in each of the drafts. And we'll go Hawks and Nets again in 2030. Would you do this deal? They say no. What if we go back to Wiggins and Campaign? They say no again. I really want to get this deal done, so I'm prepared to part with one of my picks for this year. We can always trade back in. We'll do Grizzlies first in 2029. And then hopefully this deal, because I don't think Clarkson and Niang are going to get the deal done. But we'll go 4 first, 2 in 2029, or actually 3 in 2029. 1 from Memphis, 1 from Brooklyn, 1 from Atlanta, and then a swap first between Milwaukee and New Orleans in this year's draft. That's currently sitting at number 5 in the mock draft, plus Aaron Wiggins and Cameron Payne to make the money work. Will you accept? They do. So Anthony Davis, Brandon Miller, Karl Anthony Towns and Brandon Miller are now on the team. We're definitely a lot more top heavy, and we've got a few more adjustments that we need to make. Dalen Terry, I'm just going to release. Georges Niang, I'm just going to release. He's got 1 year left and he's barely played for us. Clarkson I'll keep because he is good, can shoot threes. And then Lyle Knox I'll also release. Oh, we need to sign some people in free agency. We need a point guard. Who's a guy that can play some minutes for us? Emmanuel Barea. He's 28 years old. He's never played an NBA minute. We'll sign him to a 1 year deal. We'll do that. We've never seen you before. We'll probably never see you again. We can release Knox now. That is fine. We need a 3, a 4, and a couple of 5s. We can go Harrison Barnes. That's all good. We'll sign him up to a 1 year deal. Good veteran. A 4. Trey Lyles is perfect. We can sign him up. And then a 5. Larry Nance Jr., former Laker. Drew Eubanks. Can't shoot threes, but is a good defensive body. Zach Collins would be great. If we get Zach Collins on a minimum, which I'm looking like it might be able to be happening. We'll sign him for a 1 year. He accepts. And then we'll go Larry Nance Jr. We'll go him on a 1 year deal as well. So we've made a lot of roster changes. Obviously, we'll swap Towns and Jovic around. I want Towns at center. Miller is going to start at the 3 for now. Dillingham is going to start because LaMelo Ball is currently injured. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. Zach Collins, I don't think I want to give too many minutes. I want to give Bronny. Bronny might be the new 7th man. Pretty slim pickings when it comes to the bench now, which I don't necessarily mind because if our starting lineup can just sort of crush it, then I'm perfectly fine with that. We'll go 26 minutes to Jovic. Mathurin can get 26. Bronny can get 20. Collins can get 10. And then Gary can chip in with 6 minutes a game. That's fine. I like how the team's looking. Dillingham and Thomas as a defensive backcourt is a nightmare. But once we throw LaMelo in there, we can sort of figure something out going into the rest of the season. Brandon Miller is going to be really good on the perimeter. Jovic is an underrated rebounder. And then Towns, with effort, can be a good defensive center. Mathurin is going to be awesome off the bench. Bronny obviously is good. He's played a lot of minutes this year, averaging about 20 minutes a game, having a really good season. And then Zach Collins will be a good pickup for us as well. He played a few minutes last year for San Antonio, he just came off that massive contract. And then Kent Gary, hopefully he can do some stuff for us as well. And then if all things go wrong, we've got some old dudes down here. So I was pretty happy with some of the business that we did put together. We did have to part with our first round pick in this year, which wasn't ideal, but we've still got a ton of seconds. We didn't have to get rid of any of our first rounders in 28 or 2030. We've still got our 2031 first as well. We don't have a pick for 29, but with our second rounders that we've got a ton of, we'll be able to make up the difference somehow. And lastly, before we get into today's game, I just want to fix up our training schedule. It's basically just going to be everybody on outside scoring. Okay, this is basically it at the moment. LaMelo is the only one that's not on outside scoring. He's on rebounding. I quite like him in the sort of the Russell Westbrook, get offensive and defensive rebounds and sort of run the break as the primary ball handler. So when in his second season, when he was averaging 7 rebounds a game, that's sort of where we want him to be. Last year, he was getting 6 rebounds a game. He's currently just under 5. I think that'll pick up as the season goes on. Everybody else, outside scoring on high, sort of load management, pretty happy with that. Player mentorship, we didn't really get younger, to be honest, with a lot of those trades. Like Brandon Miller's 24, Towns is 31, Mathurin. Towns can probably mentor Gary. That would be nice if he can, maybe he's like limitless range, or set shot specialist. Brick wall and box out beast would be good. And then Dillingham can be maybe by LaMelo. Would that be a thing that we could do? Also, if you look at the future picks for the Hornets, just through the trades that we've done with them, is absolutely hilarious. The Hornets have 5 first rounders in this year's draft, 2 in next year's draft, 5, 6 in the 2029 draft, and then their own picks in 2030 and 2031. After a bit of a delayed start to the video, we are now finally into our game against Miami in the Pat Riley Arena, as it's now known. Or Pat Riley Court, as it's now known, I should say. A few new team members. We've got Brandon Miller, we've got Zach Collins, obviously, and we've got Karl Anthony Towns, who will be starting at center for us today. I'm highly anticipating and I'm very excited how this is going to go. Jump ball, Adebayo wins for the Heat. The Adebayo-Towns matchup's going to be very interesting, but we've got 4 guys on the court, or at least 4 guys that are starting, who are all going to be capable of scoring 20 points a game. But the Heat, they have Jaquez, they got Hero, they got Adebayo, and they've got De'Aaron Fox is what I'm trying to say. Let's get the pick and fade. Our first pick and fade with Karl Anthony Towns. How's it going to go? We put up the 3. The first one's in and out, unfortunately. And for those of you who didn't know, LaMelo Ball not playing today. Currently injured. Towns gets his first rebound as a Laker. Brandon Miller out on the wing. We can't get it to him. Intercepted by De'Aaron Fox. Brandon Miller coming off the inbound. We'll post up. Jaime Jaquez. We'll go for the post fade from the elbow. He misses his first jumper as a Laker. That is an excellent pass. I think that was Hero who found Jaime Jaquez on the break. First points of the game, has to be said as well. Tyler Hero. I keep saying Tyler Hero for whatever reason. Nikola Jovic, his first game, at least on the sticks, against his old team, the Miami Heat. Dillingham can't get by De'Aaron Fox as Cameron Thomas goes to the rim against Tyler Hero, who's not the best defender in the world. So this might be another big Cam Thomas game. Brandon Miller has the smaller De'Aaron Fox on him. De'Aaron Fox, a very good defender. Cam Thomas going to drive to the rim. Gets by. I can't tell who that is. I think it might be a rookie. But Cam Thomas now has 4 on the game. Adebayo sets the screen for Harquez. Puts up a 3. Drains it. As we've got to be mindful, the Heat can stretch the floor. They got a very good squad. Although their record doesn't show that. They are very good. Dillingham finds Miller in the corner. He hits his first 3 as the Lakers. The game just froze for a second there. But we're up 2. Timeout's been called. We'll go Karl Anthony Towns stretching the floor. He's up against Bam Adebayo, who recently, 2024 Olympic teammates. Towns with the little post fade. Yet to score in the game. Good defense by Adebayo. Tyler Hero on the break. Hits the 3. Pair of 3s on the game for the Heat so far. And that is excellent shooting. Now guarded by Dillingham. Tyler Hero's calling for the handoff. Cam Thomas sort of leaves him open. And the Heat have a 5-point lead. Mathurin will go pick and roll this time. Mathurin pulls up at the foul line. Misses at the jumper. So the Lakers having a little trouble in this game getting points on the board so far. Tyler Hero's again open for 3. Can't get that one to go. Towns has a second rebound. Thomas kicks to Mathurin, who has Harquez on him. Should be able to get to the basket. Does. Dunks over Bam Adebayo. Cuts it down to a 3-point game. Cam Thomas is found on the perimeter by Karl Towns, who will post up again. That's not what I wanted to do. Brandon Miller. Drive by Harquez. Gets to the rim. Another powerful slam by the Lakers. As we seem to be doing at the rim. Doing well at the rim. Not so much on the perimeter. Bronny's kicked into the game against his former... Well, his dad's former team is what I'm trying to say. Not his former dad's team. Bronny has all the space in the world. Has Bradley on him. Finds Mathurin on the perimeter. Brandon Miller. Finds Cam Thomas coming off the corner screen. Goes up against Tyler Hero. Gets the layup to go. The Lakers have the lead back in their hands. Miller on Harquez. Bradley, basically a non-shooter. Like they've passed him a couple of times on the perimeter, and he just doesn't shoot the ball. So maybe he just doesn't want to? I don't know what his attributes are. Tyler Hero with the in and out 3 gets it to go. Now the game is all tied up at 15. But Cam Thomas has done a good job at the rim in this game. Will swing the ball all around to Mathurin. He hits the 3 on the perimeter. He now has 7. 1 for 2 at the line for Tyler Hero. We've got some fresh blood into the game. Nikola Jovic back in it. And the main man from the last episode, Kent Gary, in the game. He's got Bam Adebayo on him, which should be quite a fun matchup because he does hold a significant size advantage. And he gets the foul. Let's go pick and fade. Need some space on the perimeter. Swing to the corner. Mathurin's got a 3. We get the lead back again. Mathurin has 10 on the quarter, doing the majority of the scoring for the Lakers in this one. We got Bronny, who got absolutely cooked by Hood Schifino. Gets the lead back for the Heat. Tyler Hero, another 3. Makes it again. He's been very good in this first quarter as well. 16 points. That was a lot more than I thought he had. Okay, so we need to tighten up at shooting guard. Let's go. Jovic, pick and fade. Mathurin's in the corner. He's been our best scorer so far, but Bronny gets to the rim. We finally get some points on the board. Cam Thomas getting absolutely cooked by Tyler Hero so far, has to be said. Tyler Hero doing the responsible thing, killing a bit of the shot clock at this stage. There's only, I think, a second and a half between game and shot clock. Screen set by Vanderbilt. Gary. Oh my goodness me, Gary. You're 7'5", man. I don't know if that shot counted. Are we going to have a look at it? I have no idea if it counted or not. What are we doing? It counted. Okay. So not a great start to the quarter. Well, not a great start to the game. Hopefully we can improve. Looking at the stats for the Heat, Tyler Hero has been killing us so far. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Actually hasn't been shooting that efficiently, but he's 3 of 7 from deep. And yeah, we're just letting him have too many shots. Harquez has been pretty good. Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Hood-Schifino have each hit a shot each. Jared Vanderbilt, not really going to complain about it. Bam Adebayo, he's got 2 points, both of which came at the foul line. Does have 4 rebounds. But we're keeping De'Aaron Fox pretty quiet. Just the assist and rebound so far hasn't hit a shot. But if we head over to our side of things, Benedict Mathurin leading the way with 10 points. Cam Thomas has 6 on the game, but hasn't been good defensively, so we've taken him out of the game now. Brandon Miller, first quarter as a Laker, 5 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, pretty good. Kent Gary had 5 minutes to forget, but did get a rebound and an assist with his 2 points. Bronny James played a bit of shooting guard, wasn't too bad. Jovic didn't take a shot in the 8 minutes he played. Karl Anthony Towns didn't hit any of his shots, but did get 4 rebounds and steal in his first quarter as a Laker. And then Dillingham was surprisingly quiet, considering he is our starting point guard. And if we look at the team comparison, just the Heat shot a lot better than we did. Hit more threes, hit more field goals, and hit more free throws. That's basically all that has to be said about that one. Defensively, they got more rebounds. 3 offensive rebounds really hurts. Second chance points, they got 2. We actually got more points in the paint, which is surprising, but fast break points, they killed us. We've got more steals and blocks. We forced them to turn the ball over 3 times, but we still couldn't capitalize and get a lead. Biggest lead of the game was 5 for them. Our biggest lead was 4. We just need to be better in the second quarter. Second quarter has begun. We've got basically the starting 5 in, apart from Cam Thomas. We're also taking out Nikola Jovic as well. Brandon Miller sets the strong screen for Dillingham, yet to score. Goes up with the right hand, makes it at the rim. De'Aaron Fox also back in the game. Why is Karl Anthony Towns defending him? Dillingham actually does a good job defending Mitchell Robinson, so very, happy days. Towns left open on the perimeter, knocks down his first points as a Laker. Gets the 3 to go as Mitchell Robinson just left him with far too much space. De'Aaron Fox trying to get to the rim. Dillingham leaving him a little bit too much space as Vanderbilt gets the dunk. Bronny now bringing the ball up. We've got Brandon Miller playing power forward once again. Not his natural position. He's more of a 2 and a 3. But he's got size, and I feel pretty comfortable with him at the rim and at the basket. Towns gets the basket to go after Miller got blocked. Got his own rebound, and then dished to Towns for the dunk. I believe Miller's got 5 assists now to start the game. It's sort of been like a really good point forward for us. As Hood-Schifino just pulls up in the mid-range, gets the points to go. Young with that Sean Marion release gets both free throws to go. As the Heat now up 5, equaling their biggest lead of the game. Dillingham goes for the pick and roll with Towns, but doesn't need him in the end. Gets the 2 points himself. Good D, good D. Get the rebound. Mathurin, good job. Okay, run the break now. Bronny's in the corner. Actually, Towns is down low. There we go. 2 easy points. Towns has 7 in the quarter. Lee's cut back down to 1. Towns in the pick and fade. It's where he's best. Will stretch the floor. Puts up the 3 once again. Towns hits another 3. Lead now 2. Mitchell Robinson really struggling to stay with Towns. So I think while he's out there, that's where we're going to be going. Dillingham now has 5 assists on the game. De'Aaron Fox for 3. Gets his first 3 of the game. Hadn't hit one up until that point of the game, but does a good job there. Okay. Mathurin's in the corner. We've got Miller up top with plenty of space. We'll go pick and fade between the new 2 teammates. Miller off the dribble. Another 3 for the Lakers. Bit of a shootout now. Now we've got to be mindful that Adebayo is back in because he is a very capable defender, both in the paint and on the perimeter. Brandon Miller getting to the rim. He gets 2 more. Has 12 and 5 now. And must be said, Brandon Miller obviously wearing number 30 now as his number 24 that he wore at Charlotte. No, it's no longer available. It's not been available for a long time since Kobe Bryant retired and got his jersey retired. And Karl Anthony Towns, normal number 32, obviously been retired by Magic Johnson. We'll get Towns in the pick and fade again. Dillingham fakes the pull-up at the elbow. Bronny finds himself on Adebayo. Towns in the mid-range is contested. Lucky bounce as it goes in. 15 on the quarter for Towns. We'll go pick and fade. Brandon Miller and Dillingham. There we go. There's a 3. Can't go down again. De'Aaron Fox pulls up at the mid-range, basically at the foul line. And the Heat have the lead. We're going to call timeout. We haven't had any subs this quarter. Let's make some now. Towns is out. Jovic is in. And we've put in Cam Thomas for Bronny. Hopefully we can get something going to finish the quarter strong. Cam Thomas trying to get to the rim. Brandon Miller open for 3. Hits it as he has 15 as well. Towns also has 15, it should be said. All 15 in this quarter. Hood-Schifino yet to miss in the game. 13 points. I believe he's actually having a decent season as well. Dillingham gets by Tyler Hero. Brandon Miller for 3. And he gets it to go. Lead cut back to 2. 13 in the quarter for Brandon Miller. 18 on the game. I think he's averaging about 27 a night. Obviously, that's all with Charlotte, where he's the primary scoring option. That will probably change as the season for us goes on. But if we can still have him hovering around the 24, 25 points a game mark, I think we'll be fine. Dillingham finds Brandon Miller down low. He's got 20 now. And Dillingham, early 8 assists. Doing very nicely. Hood-Schifino, not a known jump shooter, so we will give him a little bit of space. Jaime Jaquez is a shooter. We'll give him not that much space. Oh, I thought we had the rebound, which is why I started running off. Adebayo gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. It's now a 4-point game with 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Nikola Jovic hasn't really put his impact on the game. Dillingham for 3 off the screen. Knocks it down. He's now into double digits. Also has 8 assists. And we're going for the 2 for 1 here. That was good thinking by Dillingham, pulling up for 3 when he had an opportunity. Thomas gets around the screen by Bradley. Stop him from getting to the rim. Nobody's on Hood-Schifino. He will launch the 3. And he makes it. 7 for 7 in the first half. 16 points to his name. Unfortunately, we won't have the lead going into half time. But if we can get a decent basket here, which we will. Dillingham, another dunk. We've still got to play defense for 4 seconds. Hero, the half-court heave, misses. A better quarter for the Lakers, but yet to really get a decent lead on the game. Very similar to the last episode. We need to do better. Let's get into the halftime stats. It's been 2 guys really for the Heat, Tyler Hero and Jalen Hood-Schifino, who's actually had a very somewhat decent run in Miami, especially the last 2 seasons. He was pretty inefficient in that first year as he was in Los Angeles. But, you know, 12 points a game last year, 14 points a game this season. He's 7 of 7 in the first half, including 2 for 2 from deep. It's been pretty good. Tyler Hero, 20 points on the game so far. Only had the 4 points that quarter. De'Aaron Fox starting to come to life. Bam Adebayo's been pretty efficient. Jaquez hit a 3. Theo Young was their draft pick from last year. And is he a non-shooter? He doesn't take threes. He's a 71 3-point rating, but we've left him open plenty of times. He just won't shoot. Or is it Scott Bradley? He also has a 73. Of course, he's undrafted and plays for Miami. Rest of the team, not really doing much. We'll be honest. But for us, it was Brandon Miller and Karl Anthony Towns that really led the way in that second quarter. Brandon Miller, 20 points on the first half in 20 minutes. 2 rebounds, 5 assists. 8 for 14 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. Karl Anthony Towns, all 15 of his points came in that second quarter. He's also got 5 rebounds and a steal to his name. Dillingham has a double-double with points. Actually, he does not have a double-double, excuse me. 13 points and 8 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field. Matherin's 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep. Cam Thomas has only taken 6 shots, has 6 points, but hasn't hit a 3. Kent Gary didn't play in that quarter. Bronny James has been pretty good defensively, but hasn't really hit the scoreboard at all. And Nikola Jovic hasn't taken a shot. I find that hard to believe, but he does have a rebound and a block. Been pretty quiet. And in terms of that first half, we're actually out shooting Miami now, which is good. Getting more threes on the board, getting more free throws. but we're still struggling. Or not, sorry, they're shooting. We've got a better free throw percentage is what I meant, but they're shooting a lot more free throws. We were shooting a lot more threes, but it results in them with a 2-point lead. Bench points, they're outscoring us by quite a bit. Points on the break is even. Fast break points, quite a long way ahead, as well as rebounds and second chance points. So they're really killing us there. We've got more dunks. The biggest lead of the game has been 5, but I feel like there's been so many lead changes. If we look just at the second quarter, it's a high-scoring quarter, 43 to 41. You know, pretty happy with how it's gone so far, even though we are down. But I feel like we've got enough momentum with us that we will be okay in the end. But we've just got to get into the second half and really crunch down on this Miami Heat team, because they are a worse team than us, technically speaking, but we've got a better record. We've got some big names on our team, some positive players. I think we're going to be fine in the long run. We just have to weather the storm a little bit. Second half has officially begun. Bronny James running the 2 guard. Jovic hasn't taken a shot in the first half. Misses his first 3. I believe Miami have their starters in place. Nobody picks up Bradley on the break. And the Miami Heat, Scott with 1T, get a 4-point lead on the game. Screen set by De'Aaron Fox on that play. Tyler Hero coming off the screen. Cam Thomas can't keep up. Nobody boxes out. Oh, my Lord. All right, Jovic, set a screen for Bronny. One we can use. Bronny not going to get to the rim. Cam Thomas finds Miller from deep. Misses another 3. Hero gets the rebound. Jaime Jaquez in the mid-range. Contested at the rim. Towns gets a rebound. Bronny running point for us. Actually, Towns has Jaime Jaquez on him. We'll get the screen and roll. Oh, my Lord. That's not what I wanted. Cam Thomas is in the corner. Has space. Hits the 3. Bit of a messy possession, that one, but we will take it. Bronny James. I was going to say, we're going to give De'Aaron Fox some space, but we've now got Bradley coming off the screen. Tyler Hero's at the top of the key. De'Aaron Fox gets the screen from Adebayo. He misses the jumper. Brandon Miller running the break. Towns is inside, and he gets the dunk. First points of the second half for Karl Anthony Towns. I would have almost rather Bronny foul in that situation and put Jaquez on the line, but that might have been an unsportsmanlike foul. Towns for 3. There we go. Miami call another timeout. Only down 1 now. We'll pick and fade. Bronny finds Cam Thomas again. He gets stripped, but he recovers it. Kicks it to Karl Anthony Towns, who misses the 3. Going for the shot to tie the game. Doesn't get it, and De'Aaron Fox extends the game to 5. Gary's in the mid-range by himself. Mate, we're trying to win a basketball game here. Dillingham, stay on De'Aaron Fox. That is your one mission in life. Towns is giving Hero a lot of space. Contests the 3. Misses, but Gary is a big body on Bam Adebayo. I'm hopeful that he can just sit in the lane. That was a wild pass. Can we calm down a little bit? Gary trying to get to the rim. Probably got a bit of contact there. Actually it's Mathurin. Hits the 3. I was going to say that was Brandon Miller, but no, it's Benedict Mathurin. Cuts the game down to 4. I like the idea of Vanderbilt guarding Gary, sorry, excuse me. Come on, put up shot. There we go, 2 points to Gary. Finally gets a field goal to go. I just think with his size on Vanderbilt, who's like 6'7", we'll be fine. He's 7'5" for God's sake. And Vanderbilt is going to be fine on the perimeter because he doesn't shoot threes. That was very lucky that he missed that. Dillingham is in the corner if we want him. Towns has De'Aaron Fox guarding him. Can we post up? That was a little bit premature. We'll post up Jaquez instead. There we go. 2 more to Gary. Dillingham is going to get a screen set for him by Towns. We'll go to Gary in the corner. We'll post up Vanderbilt all the way from basically the mid-range. He's getting down low. He's just got the size. We can do a lot with it. We'll swing it. We'll go to Gary. We can just post up Vanderbilt. He's got the body to do it. He gets stripped on this occasion, unfortunately. Okay, somebody get back on Vanderbilt on the break. Lob's coming. And unfortunately, we can't stop the lob. Good play by Miami. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. I'd like to lead by three-quarter time if possible. Dillingham takes the layup this occasion. 15 points, 9 assists. Harquez on Miller. Tyler Hero being guarded very closely by Mathurin. Screen is coming for Adebayo. Tyler Hero for three. Misses. If we can get a 2-for-1 here, that would be wonderful. Miller get by. Towns. I don't think we're going to get 2-for-1. We've got an opportunity to post up and at least tie the game. Which we do thanks to Gary. Tie game, 97 all, with 20 seconds in the quarter to go. Oh, Fox. Dillingham, that was awful defense. Maybe we can get the lead here. A 3 would be nice, but I'm not going to be picky. We'll take the shot. That's okay. Ooh, if they hit that, I would have been very upset. Game is tied at three-quarter time. It's been very exciting so far. Back and forth kind of game. Who will come out on top? Three-quarter time stats here. Tyler Hero, 32 on the game. 5 for 12 from 3. Jalen Hood-Schifino, I don't think played that quarter. Adebayo, he's been pretty good. Finishing at the rim. De'Aaron Fox, 5 for 16. It's been a little underwhelming for the Heat. Harquez has been, again, also a little underwhelming. Bradley hit a 3 that quarter, did some stuff. Vanderbilt has been getting crushed defensively, but he's been quite good on offense. And then Theo Young has been in the game as well. Mitchell Robinson's barely played. In terms of us, Karl Anthony Towns, 23 on the game so far, including 8 in that quarter, if I remember correctly. Brandon Miller, 22. Matherin's got 16, couple of 3s in that quarter. Dillingham, he's done well with his playmaking. Gary getting involved in the game. After missing his first 5 shots, he's made his next 4. Does have a turnover on his name, but hasn't hit a 3 either. And hasn't been too bad from the foul line as well. Cam Thomas, pretty quiet, has to be said. Bronny James, also pretty quiet. He's got 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And Nikola Jovic has had a stinker. Team comparison-wise, it's pretty even. I mean, we've hit more 3s, and they've got more free throws. But other than that, they win some, we win some. I'm not too worried about it. We're spending a lot more time in possession. We've had the ball basically 3 minutes longer than they have, which is not something I usually talk about because the difference really isn't that high normally. As I've said during the game, every time we get within a lead, they seem to extend it back out to around the 5 to 7 range. We haven't taken the lead, I think, since in the first quarter maybe. So we'd like to obviously get back into this game, but we won that quarter 29 to 27. Not shooting our best, but just doing well enough. I think it's our defense that's going to shine for us in this last quarter. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Fingers crossed we could do okay and win this game. We're going with the same lineup that won us that last quarter. No changes at this stage. Dillingham guarding Fox very closely. Hood-Schifino's back in the game. He's guarded by Mathurin. Hood-Schifino yet to miss on the game. He's now 8 for 8. Now it's Dillingham. Gonna get Gary to set the screen. Adebayo's out, but Mitch Robinson is in. Dillingham has the lane wide open. He now has 17. Okay, we'll go Gary, set the screen. Dillingham. I'm a little bit nervous about Mitch Robinson because he is a known shot blocker. But if we can keep him out of the paint with Gary on the perimeter, that'll at least give Dillingham opportunities to finish at the rim. Hood-Schifino for 3. Gets his first miss of the game. That is a positive. Mathurin, well, a wild pass by Gary. We'll set him a screen here. Mathurin can finish. Gary down low. There we go. Dillingham playing some pretty average defense on Fox. Lob thrown to Mitchell Robinson. Gary got a little bit lost there, unfortunately, as our favorite 7'5" Canadian tends to do sometimes. Dillingham finds Gary. Benedict, I keep getting those two mixed up again. Here's Benedict. Gets to the rim again. 2 points on the game, lead back in the Lakers' hands. Miller guarding De'Aaron Fox, which I don't actually mind because just the size, pure size advantage that we have in that matchup. Karl-Anthony Towns has it. Oh my god, Towns for 3. I was going to shoot that with Towns if he didn't get the foul. Towns now has a double-double in his first game as a Laker, so that, you know, is nice. Gary on the inbound finds Brandon Miller, who just pops the midi, gets it to go. He now has 24, 6, and 6. We haven't shot a 3 with Towns in a while. Not really on. Actually, it might be on now. Here we go. There we go. Towns has 26 on debut for the Lakers. De'Aaron Fox trying to get those 3 points right back. Just pulls up in transition, knocks it down. Okay, is that how it's going to be? Gary. Dillingham. Gary gets the offensive rebound. Slams it with the left hand. He has 14 off the bench. Both free throws made by Dillingham. Already a very high-scoring game, this. I mean, both teams scored 40 odd in the second quarter. De'Aaron Fox gets a good screen. Goes for the 3. Can't get the lead back for the Heat. Mathurin running the break. We'll go pick and roll with Gary again. Mathurin has... I don't know how he got that. I thought he was going to get absolutely swatted out of the sky. But gets the layup over Mitch Robinson. Actually, it's kind of around him, but we'll take it. Towns for 3 on the screen would be nice, although he does have De'Aaron Fox down low, which if we post up, will get us a double team. Miller for 3. Hits it, and we have our biggest lead of the game, which is 4 points, which is a little sad considering some of the other good form we have been in. But at this stage, we'll take whatever we can get. We just want to win the game. Jaquez gets the handoff from De'Aaron Fox. Brandon Miller almost gets his ankles broken by Jaquez. Dillingham reaches in. It's only his second foul. But we'll just see how this game plays out. Hero with a quick floater off the inbound. Gets it to go. A little slow on the collect. Actually, Gary's got Hero on him, which means we'll kick it out to Mathurin, who hits the 3. When we get the double, we kick it to the perimeter. That's not something we've really been able to do consistently since LeBron's been on the team. Maybe Gary is the key to that, because he is flippin' huge. Dillingham finds Gary down low. Double comes straight away. Mathurin's in the corner. Another 3. He has 26. Biggest lead of the game for the Lakers. Double comes. Actually, no, it doesn't. No, get back there. Put it up. There we go. That was a little bit too messy, but we get it. 8 points now with less than 4 to go. That's okay. Here, the Heat haven't scored in the last 2 minutes. That's surprising. We get the rebound. Another stop. The Heat fans starting to boo. A little unnecessary, but it's okay. We'll take it. Dillingham trying to get the strong finish at the rim. Does. First double-digit lead of the game. Gary sets the screen. Dillingham finds Gary on the roll. Goes up with it. Gets fouled. Tyler Hero's first foul of the game. But Gary's got clutch free throws here. He makes the first. Misses the second, unfortunately. Fox wants it. He's being guarded by Towns. So I can guarantee that's why he wants the ball. Dillingham staying with him. Miller doesn't foul. Actually, he does foul. Misses the first free throw. Okay, if we can miss the second one, that would be great. Makes the first, excuse me. They're full court pressing. That means we run. We've got to run the break. Dillingham, go all the way, doesn't go all the way. Finds Gary. Takes the contact and misses the jumper, or the jump hook, excuse me. De'Aaron Fox probably wants to step back. He goes for it. Misses as Towns gets the rebound. Let's kill a bit of time here. No need to rush. We can probably afford to take a 3. Towns for the killer. Makes it! Back to a double-digit lead. 42 seconds to go. Arquez coming out of the timeout. Launches a three. Misses as Mathurin gets another rebound. Towns could just post up hero. That could be something interesting we do. But we'll just try and kill the game. It's pretty much over at this point. We've played the entire quarter, basically the last 2 quarters with this lineup. Gary goes up with it. Bit of junk time points. He has 19. 6 boards, 3 assists. Shot clock is gone. Hero trying to get... Is he trying to get to the basket? We'll give him a little jumper. Back to a 10-point game. Or 10-point game. 10 seconds to go. This game is basically done. Actually, we'll kick it to... we won't shoot. That's okay. The Lakers, after basically being down all game, come back in Miami and win. Very nice way to celebrate for the 2 new teammates. I'm very happy for this one. Let's have a look who got 2K player of the game. Goes to Robert Dillingham, our first game with our new point guard. Not really a new point guard, but he played point guard for us for basically 2/3 of season 1. And now that LaMelo's injured for 6 to 8 weeks, he's going to be playing point guard for the majority of the rest of this season. Tyler Hero led the way for the Heat with 34. Only 14 of those coming in the second half. Only 2 in the final quarter. Also got 5 rebounds and 5 assists. 14 for 31 from the field. 5 of 15 from deep. Also missed a free throw. De'Aaron Fox, pretty inefficient game, although did finish with 21, 8 and 8. Jalen Hood-Schifino was very good. A bit of a surprise packet, 18 off the bench in a bit of a revenge game for him. Bam Adebayo did his job on, got his 14 points and 16 boards, shot 6 for 7 from the field. But, pretty happy with how he did up against him. Arquez only made the 1-3, as, he is a bit of a threat out there, but was 4 for 14 from the field. I was pretty happy with how we guarded him as well. In terms of the rest of the guys, didn't really get a lot of game time between them, but I was really most impressed with our guys. We had 4 guys that scored over 20, but 3 of our main starters scored over 20. Mathurin, who comes off the bench, scored 26 in 40 minutes. Cam Thomas only played the 23 minutes, didn't really have it, only scored the 9. But Towns, 29 and 12 in his Laker debut with 7 threes. Brandon Miller, 44 minutes for him, 27, 8 and 6. With a block to his name in his Laker debut. Also hit 5 of 10 threes. Mathurin was consistent as always. And then Dillingham in his first real game of the season as a point guard. 23, 5 and 14 in 36 minutes. Pretty good. And then Gary, the Gazman. Everyone's favourite 7'5" Canadian. Averaging 5 points a game now. Good for him. 19, 6 and 3 in 23 minutes. 18 for 17 from the field. 0 for 2 for 3. 3 or 4 from the foul line. Cam Thomas we've already covered. And then Bronny and Jovic didn't really play a great deal. But we only used the 7 guys in this game, so we went a little bit shallower than normal. Obviously, we had a few injury concerns. Zach Collins yet to make his Laker debut. He'll do that in the simulation. Barea's not even in the rotation. Jordan Clarkson, all these other guys, not even in the rotation. So not really considered. But if we look at the team comparison on the game, our field goal percentage and 3-pointers ended up being pretty back to season average, as things would say. 56% from the field, 44% from 3. We restricted the Heat to shooting 35% from deep, although they did get a lot more free throws than us. We ended up getting more points in the paint, which is surprising, but they killed us on the fast break and second chance points. 12 offensive rebounds really killed us, but steals and blocks we made up for it. Turnovers was even. We ended up with the biggest lead, which came basically with 2 seconds to go in the game, or 2 minutes to go, excuse me. And yeah, very happy with how we played. That fourth quarter, we were outstanding. 38 to 28. 65% from the field, 56% from 3. Obviously missed a free throw, but it was our defense that won us that last quarter. Bench points, assists, defensive rebounds. We were awesome in that last quarter. Let's continue through to the trade period, or the trade deadline, as I should say, and then we'll see what's in and around the trade deadline, and we'll just wait and see. We'll see what happens. Okay, we beat the Heat on New Year's Day, we've got Golden State at the trade deadline. I don't really want to play Golden State because Curry's not even on the team anymore and they're not very good. The Blazers could be interesting. The Cavs aren't good. The Timberwolves without Karl Anthony Towns could be good. We've got back-to-back home games against the Timberwolves. I think what we do is we simulate past the Suns game because the Suns aren't good either. What we'll do is we'll skip forward to January 24th, which is actually my birthday, and we'll take on the Timberwolves on January 25th. So we'll skip forward now. Hopefully we can get a few wins on the board. Dillingham, our point guard, has now picked up an injury. We'll leave him in the rotation. That is fine. We lose to the Bulls, which is annoying. 33-5, which is a pretty good start to the season. We beat the Jazz pretty comfortably. We'll do some scouting. There is one scouting target that I am looking for, which we discussed in an earlier video. We might do that actually at the All-Star break. Dillingham's fully recovered. JJ wants to talk to us. We'll see what he has to say quickly. So we run into his office. Got a message for him. He wants us to... We'll increase the intensity of the practice for the playoffs. We can do that. That is fine. I will quickly fix that up and then we'll continue the simulation. Okay, we're now back adjusting the rotation again. LaMelo Ball is returned from injury, which is a good thing. But I now don't know what to do with power forward because I obviously want to start Brandon Miller. I would like to start Cam Thomas. I'd like to start Dillingham. Jovic is currently not getting any minutes. I think what we do is we start Brandon Miller at power forward, which seems a little out of place. So we might be in a situation where we have to part with either Dillingham or Cam Thomas in the off season. So we'll go 36 apiece to all the starters. We'll bring Bronny's minutes down a little bit and we'll put Jovic at 20 minutes a game. Currently Gary's not getting any minutes, which seems unfair, but we'll leave it at that for the moment. And then with the rest of the simulation, we'll just see how things go. But we accidentally simulated over that Wizards game. We'll continue the simulation now. We lose to Dallas, beat the Rockets, lose to the Spurs. Jovic is now injured. We're getting a few injuries here. The injury bug is starting to kill us a little bit. So this shouldn't be too hard to fix. We'll just play Bronny 20 minutes and then Gary can get the Jovic minutes. And then we'll just do that. That's fine. One last game to get through. We'll ignore that trade. And we beat the Suns. How do we go? LaMelo gets 33, 8, and 12. And now we have the Timberwolves, which will be our next game. How are they going without Towns? They're actually going quite well. 35 and 8. They should probably be the second team in the West. Dallas is third. Memphis fourth. Spurs fifth. Portland sixth. Denver, OKC, Pelicans. And who's in the other play-in spot? It is the Rockets. Now in the East, the Magic, number 1. Toronto, number 2, surprisingly. Pacers 3, Celtics 4, Nets 5, Hornets 6, Bulls, Pistons, Heat. Knicks. I was going to say, where are the Knicks? And Philadelphia are really struggling here. And Phoenix are at the bottom of the rankings for us. But anyway, Timberwolves, the Karl Anthony Towns revenge game will be next. Well, that'll be the next episode. If we play Charlotte in the second half of the season, which we do, that will be an episode that we do as well. We will do the Brandon Miller revenge game. But that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment what you think about the trades that we have made. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.